characters from the prequel trilogy era from Star Wars. I'm also thinking of doing one for the original trilogy and one for the sequel trilogy. But I do have a couple of rules though. I'm not going to repeat characters except for one character, exception for Darth Vader / Anakin. Because as you know, a lot of characters overlap between trilogies, such as R2-D2, C-3PO, Obi-Wan, and the list goes on. So if you don't see your favorite character on this list today, then he might be on the original trilogy era or sequel trilogy era list. So starting off number 10, we got General Grievous, one of my favorite villains, surprisingly. Well, I'm kind of biased. I grew up on the prequels, so I prefer them. But anyway, General Grievous was really fun to play with in video games. And one thing that really caught my eye with General Grievous was his scenes in the 2003 Clone Wars series. If you haven't seen it, go check it out, because all the scenes with General Grievous in that show are just incredible. So yeah, General Grievous is a really cool character to look at, and it's fun to watch. So next up on the list, number 9, we have Count Dooku. So Count Dooku, played by the late the late Christopher Lee? Yeah, great character. It's not supposed to be like a huge character because he's not the main villain, but I have him here at number 9. Number 8, I have Captain Rex, mainly or only because of the Clone Wars. I don't think he's in any of the prequel movies. The only media he's in really is Clone Wars, and that's the only media I've seen him in. So yeah, super awesome dude, character. Really feel for this guy when bad things happen to him, and you just want to root for him every time he's on the screen. Coming in on number 7, Mace Windu, one of the aggressive Jedis there are. I really wish we could have seen more of him in the movies, but that's okay because we got a lot of him from the Clone Wars, and even from 2003 Clone Wars. There's some really cool scenes with him. There's just one. Well, okay, not spoiler, because if you haven't seen the 2003 Clone Wars, that's your fault. Anyway, there's this scene where he defeats an army of droids with his hands and the Force, which is so crazy to watch. I almost flipped when I was watching that when I was a kid. But yeah, Mace Windu, played by one of my favorite actors. I have him here ranked at number 7. Number 6, Qui-Gon Jinn. This character is really special to me. What really interests me about him is think about how many people love this character, but he's not really in any shows or movies. I mean, he's only in one movie, The Phantom Menace. Other than that, he has like cameos and flashback scenes in shows, but that's pretty much it. But at the same time, he's adored by fans everywhere, and that just speaks on how good this character was presented to us in that one movie, and in all of his and every show that he's in. Yeah, just the model citizen, the model Jedi. His death was sad. Yeah, I have him here at number 6, even though he's only been in one movie. Number 5, I got Emperor Palpatine. You gotta have him. I don't care that he's the villain. It's way better watching the prequels when you already know his intentions. That's why I have him ranked so high at number 5. To me, I don't care if you're a hero or a villain. If you're a good character, you're a good character. So yeah, Palpatine, I enjoyed watching him in the prequels. Yeah, so since I have him in the prequel list, he's not going to be in the original. I just preferred watching him way more in the prequel trilogy, because we got to see two sides of him. The side where he was like undercover as a political figure, and then obviously the other side of him as a Sith. Alright, rolling in at number 4. R2-D2. Now this may seem a little weird, but hear me out. I already told you I was biased. And R2-D2 is a legacy character. He's in all the freaking trilogies, all the movies, every media of Star Wars he's in. And honestly, I could have put him on any of the list, but I chose the prequel list because I think he has more of an impact in the prequels, and I just enjoyed him way more in the prequel trilogy. Number 3, you gotta have Darth Maul. You gotta have Darth Maul on the top 10 list. Man, where to begin? You know, if without Clone Wars, then I don't think he'd either be number 10 on the list or not on this list at all. The only reason he's number 3 is because of the amazing work that Clone Wars did with this character, reviving him, or not reviving him, but just telling his story. Because he was supposed to survive even if the Clone Wars series didn't exist. In the books, it said that he survived, and Clone Wars just did a good job telling his story. I loved watching this guy and this character in Clone Wars, and honestly, that's the main reason I started watching Clone Wars. It's because I heard they brought Darth Maul back. So yeah, the look too is very unique. I could have put him in the original trilogy list, but I feel like he was way more impactful in the prequel trilogy. Rolling in at number 2, we got the one and only ObiWan Kenobi. Man, I really don't need to say much about this character. One of the bright spots for the prequel movies. And he's good in every show and every movie he's in, honestly. Played by an amazing actor. And honestly, he could have been number 1. He could have been number 1. I had a hard time deciding who was going to be 1 and 2 on this list. And honestly, they could be tied, but I have Obi-Wan at 2. Obi-Wan at 2. And then few honorable mentions before I get to number 1. Jar Jar Binks. Hey, don't say anything. I grew up with him, okay? It was funny. And then Jango Fett, solely off of looks. Ventress, who I always put at 10 instead of Grievous. And then Padme. Alright, number 1, Anakin freaking Skywalker, the chosen one. I don't think there's any question that he would be number 1 on this list. A little rocky start in Attack of the Clones in episode 1, but I think episode 3 did a really good job with him. Clone Wars also expanded on this character, and then he's what the whole Star Wars saga is about. Honestly, I just enjoy this character. One of my favorite characters in any movie, any show, anywhere. Anakin Skywalker, number 1. That's my list. Alright, I hope you guys like my list. Let me know if you guys agree, disagree. Yeah, and just let me know if you guys want to see the sequel list and the original trilogy list. And I'll put those up if, the demand is there. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought, if you agree, disagree, if I forgot somebody on the list. Like I said, if they're not on the list and they appear in different eras, then they're probably going to be on the other eras. Alright, see ya.